I say no, no, no. John Zimmer, Logan Green, what are you thinking? Lyft calls this feature priority mode. Drivers call it poverty mode. Lyft is testing a program that offers drivers more rides in exchange for a 10% pay cut. Who came up with this? Hey, go out there, drive more, put more miles on your car, run up your maintenance costs, run up your gasoline costs, and guess what? We'll give you 10% less. And if you don't comply, we'll just give you less rides. Listen, at that point, you just got to cut ties. You got to move away from the company, right? You got to go sign up somewhere else. This is unacceptable. During essential times, you should be getting essential pay, danger pay, not getting 10% less. This shows how desperate they are for cash, right? That they'll basically hold a gun to your head and say, you know what? You just have to drive more and earn less. Otherwise, sorry, we'll punish you. We're not going to give you the trips. You call it a day, my friends. You got to walk away from this. This is unacceptable. So in late September, Ursula Phillips got what she described as an irritating email from Lyft. The ride-hailing company was reaching out to drivers like her to notify them about a feature called priority mode. Turn on priority mode to earn more, the email boasted. When drivers opted in, it said that they'd get a handful of priority hours per week in which they'd get more rides than drivers who weren't using the feature. But there's a catch. In priority mode, drivers must agree to a 10% pay cut. Who would agree to that? I knew that this was another way for the company to take more money from the drivers. Okay, so you know that, right? Face value, you know that, said Phillips, who was one of Lyft's earliest drivers in Toronto the first week. I didn't even bother turning it on. Totally right. Despite her skepticism, Phillips finally caved. Why did she cave? And gave priority mode a try. She got a few rides, used up her hours, and didn't notice much of a difference. What was notable, however, was that when she turned priority mode off, she said she barely got any rides. So that's how they're going to punish you? This is just disgusting, man, on every single level. The feature is Lyft's latest attempt to cope with the coronavirus pandemic, which has weighed on the ride-hailing industry because people around the world have sheltered in place and have nowhere to go. Lyft's rides were down 75% year over year in mid-April, and even though the company has since seen an increase in passengers, rides were still 50% down in November. Drivers have been left scrambling to pick up any ride possible to make ends meet. So it's actually they punishing you during these essential times where they should be incentivizing you and paying you more. Cut it. Move away. We launched priority mode at the beginning of the pandemic to help drivers stabilize their earnings and give them another option around how to make the best use of their time. Really? It's one of the many ways we are continually working to improve the platform so drivers can reach their personal goals. Really? You think their goals are to drive more and earn less? Pull your frickin' head out of your ass, Lyft spokesman. Priority mode also helps Lyft compete with Uber by keeping more drivers available to pick up rides. Since many drivers use both apps, priority mode could get those drivers to choose Lyft over Uber. And if you don't accept our conditions, tough, you're not going to get the rides, right? It's basically a race to the bottom, as Rideshare researcher says. Fuser, a researcher with Rideshare Toronto Coalition working to regulate ride-hailing, said the companies need to have drivers circulating at all times to ensure passengers don't have to wait long for rides. But she said that situation has created a ride scarcity that makes it harder for individual drivers to pick up enough passengers to earn a minimum wage. The priority program works because the labor supply is indefinite. It wouldn't work if people weren't desperate for income right now. It's a race to the bottom. So what people like John Zimmer and Logan Green are sitting on their rich little asses in San Francisco say, you know what, we'll capitalize on this desperation. Pay cuts. Online drivers forums are scattered with complaints about priority mode. A Reddit thread calls the feature extremely rotten, with one commenter saying Lyft has always been shadier underneath their woke branding than Uber, but this takes it to the next level. Why the hell should you be paid less for doing the same work? Similar sentiments are seen on Twitter and driver sites like Rideshare Guy and Uber People. One Lyft driver even started a change.org petition called Save Lyft Drivers, asking the company to get rid of priority mode. Good for Rideshare Guy, great Uber People, they, exposing this. Jump on there, tweet, make your own tweets, circulate this video on social media, make your own tweets, right? Tweet it out there and attach their names, attach John Zimmer, attach Lyft, attach Logan Green, so that the public can see what they're doing here during essential times. Lyft's interpretation of the feature is different. The spokesman said the company received positive feedback. You send me one letter where a driver said, well, that's wonderful. You're going to pay me less and I got to drive. I want to see that. Stop talking BS in the media. That's fake, right? During their pilot program, they reckon they received positive feedback. So it's launched an updated version to more drivers in August. Currently, priority mode appears to be available to all drivers in Toronto, Austin, and Miami. We need to shut it down in Miami, Austin, and Toronto so it doesn't reach the other cities. The spokesman declined to specify where it's available or whether Lyft intends to take it to other cities. We're going to stop them right there and then. It will not get to other cities if we work together. Now, I do want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Cova. You get 1 month free with the link beneath this video. Packages start at $7 a month. Go and check out the benefits and perks online. 24/7 health service, automatic mileage tracking, paid time off, legal protection in case any of these companies behind me wrongfully deactivate you, terminate you. You have the support of Cova's legal arm called Legal Rideshare in Chicago. They send out the letters and they get you back behind the wheel. Folks, I really need your help on circulating this with comments attached, right? Because if drivers call it poverty mode, it definitely is poverty mode. Don't let them spin it any other way. To call it priority mode, to call it that, to say that it's benefiting drivers is absolutely BS. Everything that I've heard about this is completely trash, and we have to make sure it doesn't reach other cities. I ask for your support. Drive safe, wear your masks, disinfect your cars. Have a great day.